So, Lotus Globe here, connecting with all my fellow YouTubers on the Galactic Network Tower. And today, I wanted to start my next chapter in more of a personal place in my life, since it is a place that I feel, naturally serves as like a transition from my last few videos where I've talked about the internal family. And now that I've discussed the basic foundations as far as what I am trying to obtain, what I am trying to what type of groundwork I am working to lay down in my life. Now it's time to focus on a part of my life that has been very, very disruptive and has caused quite a few power outages in my entire spinal column, my Kundalini column. And it does very, very much apply to the chakra system here, because the subject I'm going to talk about is sexuality. And sexuality in terms of the earthly, animalistic, primal needs of the first three chakras, which deal with, the foundations laid in the past. The heart-based issues involving love and compassion that, revolve around living in the present moment, because home is where the heart is, after all. And then, of course, the upper three chakras, and then the more unknown eighth chakra that floats above the crown, which deal more with the fourth dimensional, spiritual, universal themes of sexuality, connections with the infinite, the divine. There was a book that I should have brought it with me here. As a matter of fact, give me 1 second. This book right here, if you can see it, I probably need a little bit more light. So this book here, Sexuality and the Religious Imagination by Bradley Toposky, was first introduced to me through a friend that I had made 9 years ago. And he works as an eco-psychologist in the Jungian field of psychology. And this book was quite an amazing revelation when he turned it on to me back in 2015. Because, it basically talks about sexuality as it's perceived in, every nation and their prescribed belief systems across the globe. Christian, Buddhist, Tantra, basically every known faith and philosophy that exists out there. And of course, the section on Hindu Tantra, of course, chapter 6, was what in particular really fascinated me. And, it was only a matter of time before I would discover Tantra myself over the summer, and I'll get to that later on. But first I wanted to get some very, very personal issues, before I start to apply any of my usual syncretic worldview on things. Now, I am a 32-year-old heterosexual male who has very, very much always identified with his anima in the Jungian terminology, and has always been more of a sensitive, feeling, and intuitive type of person. That's not to say that I'm gay. It just means that I've got more of that erotic, beatific, feeling sort of nature about me. So it's like, in light of this whole Me Too movement, I just know that it's extremely important to address this point, because it's now at a very, very crucial moment in my life where I have to question what it really means to be a man. Now I know that there has been so much freedom given to all the different types of, sexual personalities, gender barriers are collapsing now, and it's like, more and more you're seeing gay and lesbian marriages emerging on the scene. And, that's all fine and great and all that. But what about me? What about, the healthy heterosexual male who still identifies with very, very conservative sexual values? Like, I am not interested in men, and, I am totally against unbalanced homosexual types who try to make a pass on me. Those are the types of people that I would kick in the balls, to say the least, because I really, truly have my boundaries in that area, and I need to make that extremely clear right away, since you are watching my channel right now, that I am a genuine, true, 100% real heterosexual male who has had a very difficult time attracting his mate, his fantasy mate, trying to make, that fantasy a reality. And it's been very heartbreaking, because it's like, it's that deficiency in masculine energy related to my root chakra, that I've been struggling so hard, to regain hold on, and I've been doing quite a bit of meditation work with the New Hermetic System by Jason Augustus Newcomb. I obviously work at a fitness club, so I exercise, and, do things like Kegel exercises to help to, to strengthen and to hold a container for that sexual energy, in particular in the root chakra. So, exercise really, really helps to, equalize, and blend together, the masculine and feminine just nicely. Although, of course, it's the masculine that I need to do more work on, because, of course, that has been very, very essential in helping me to attract, a woman that I would consider to be, my ideal Venus equivalent. And it's been very, very hard, because I feel that I've lacked in the abilities to, be manly enough, to stand up for myself, to have my own carefully formed opinions on things, and to stand by them with brute force, to be able to care and to look after a woman, and to be supportive, and to put up with the inevitable conflicts that naturally arise without running away scared. You know, I admit that it's in all those areas that I fail miserably. And, you know, because of my background, you know, having grown up mostly around women my whole life, and, you know, my mom's side of the family is very, very, you know, they have those very, you know, misandry based, you know, feminist principles that they uphold. Well, and I mean, my mom now has been gone for 10 years, so it's like, you know, my lunar energy has been greatly deprived. It's one of the key reasons why I sought out Tantra in the first place, you know, because it's just that journey towards taking care of myself and to developing a self that I can see and identify with in the clear light of reality. You know, so these are, of course, the things, you know, that have brought a little bit more work into my life, as far as, like, you know, any type of shadowy type material that I've had to deal with. So yeah. So my root chakra has definitely been muddied up in a great deal of ways because of that, and of course it's been difficult to support, you know, the sacral chakra and especially the solar plexus chakra because of that. So I'm talking about, you know, the three chakras ruled by Mercury, Venus, and Mars, the inner planets in my horoscope chart right there, especially because my Mercury is in Aries, my Venus is in Gemini, and my Mars is in Capricorn. So, but I'm going to take a break and I'm going to come back to this more in a little bit.